Hola a todos y bienvenidos otra vez a más a mi canal, soy Fran y hoy vamos a seguir jugando a la guía para principiantes. Le puse reiniciar el nivel.
This one gets a bit goofy.
¿Por qué habéis venido hoy aquí? ¿Es para mejorar vuestras vidas? ¿Es para conseguir un mejor trabajo? ¿Es para que vuestras relaciones sean más valiosas? No. Habéis venido aquí para ser perfectos. ¿Es para conseguir un mejor trabajo? Este taller os va a enseñar a ser perfecto. Quiero que vuestros amigos y la gente de vuestra vida os mire y diga: oh, esta persona es mejor ser humano que yo. Ahora mismo, ¿quién cree que es así de nuestra vida? ¿Quién conoce que ha crecido tanto como persona que vas a sentir disgusto con vosotros mismos? Comparado con esa persona, sos inútiles, egoístas, ingratos. Quiero convertir en esta persona. La perfección está en vuestro alcance. La cuestión es cómo lo conseguimos. Si no lo conseguimos sin esfuerzo. Es tan fácil.
About halfway through the game, the perspective shifts.
Hostia. Ser perfecto consigue sin esfuerzo. Esta es la clave de cómo es.
And you play as the teacher. And suddenly, you discover that your teacher is just as bigoted and afraid as you are. Oh, and also you can move around the classroom now.
Oh. ¿No se puede escapar? No. De camino al trabajo dije que una persona mayor que empezase a construir la sociedad. Los niños no deberían seguir sus sueños. Ninguna de las anteriores. Esta es la clave de cómo se consigue sin esfuerzo. Bien, te diré ahora. Si no hay esfuerzo, entonces no es la respuesta todavía. Estar solo debe ser horrible. No. He apretado 2 veces por accidente. Gracias a todo me veis como alguien inteligente. Bueno, solo una cosa. De camino que sea más fácil y más simple. No hay ninguna verdad, no hay ningún camino. Joder, mirad, miren detrás de sala, mirad. Era por ti, te voy a servir, amiguito.
I fell pretty hard for this one.
Perfección,
I feel
perfección.
like it's one of the most relatable experiences that you can have. To assume that some other person is perfect and totally fulfilled in every way, and completely miss all of the little flaws that make them painfully human. I think about this game a lot these days.
Enero de 2010. Oh.
This one took a lot longer than all the others for Coda to make. It was 4 months between this and the last one. That's twice as long as it took him to make any other game before this, and it's not like it's particularly complex, so I remember I found that a little strange at the time.
Se parece al escenario de la prisión, pero distinto. Escenario. Oh, vamos a estar en un escenario. Hola, papus, ya llegué. Soy el mejor del mundo. ¡Hostia! Está bien, la actuación va a comenzar. Todo el mundo a su sitio. Esta escena haces de mí. Estamos en una reunión de profesionales. Y en primer lugar, apóyate en la pared. No funciona de este lado. Bien, quédate ahí. La mujer que en la habitación, esta silla, es una fotógrafa profesional. profesional de animales. Tu sueño es fotografiar animales profesionalmente. Esta es la única oportunidad de aprender algo con ella, de conseguir algo, de tener éxito. Vamos, ve y dile algo. ¿Dónde está el baño? ¿Qué estás haciendo? Estás viviendo, no estás diciendo le da lo que en tu mente. Deja de darte por la rama y conversación de esto. Hazlo bien. Me gustas. No, eso no es lo que he dicho. No estás pillando el tono de conversación. Pero sabía que quería la confianza. Por alguna razón en estos momentos, pero tenía la confianza. Igualmente necesitaba estar en una situación más a gusto y había demasiada gente alrededor. Te pondría algo alterno. Estos conos rebotan cuando tocas, representan a la gente alrededor. Ahora habla con ella, otra vez. Oh, genial. ¿Puedo quedarme en un bucle? ¿Puedo quedarme en un bucle? Ahí lo estoy mirando enfrente. ¿Qué son? Aún falta tiempo, así que sigamos. Tiene que haber un trabajo mucho mejor. Entonces ahora, lo estás haciendo otra vez. La vas a asustar si la conversación se vuelve así de personal tan pronto. ¿Te das cuenta de lo importante que... Feliz, prudente, triunfal, centrado? Quiero probar algo. No te vayan. Aléjate del escenario. Vale. Ya. Bien, así, está funcionando, sí era.
The game ends with this eerie premonition of what's going to happen next in Coda's life. The solution to social anxiety, to fears of having to perform and having to chase success, the answer for Coda is to withdraw, to hide himself away. Which is what leads to scenarios like the stairs that slowed you down several games ago, where it just becomes harder and harder to access Coda's inner landscape because he keeps retreating. He just keeps backing away from possible connections to anyone other than himself. And to be honest, I didn't consider it very healthy when I first played this game. You know, it looked to me like he was trying to justify the idea of just disconnecting yourself from the world. And that wasn't what I wanted for him or for his games. Because I feel like a lot of his games are inviting me to connect with this person, to bring him closer. But what can you do? After this, Coda went off and took another 5 months to make a new game.
Junio de 2010. Esto va a terminar mal. Haz clic para empezar, ¿vale? No voy a cerrar los ojos, obviamente. ¿Qué está pasando? Podemos hacer algo. No puedo morir de esta forma. No puedo morir de esta forma. ¿Por qué he quedado ciego? ¿Acaso todos son ciegos? ¡Ayuda! ¡No veo! Hay una puerta gigante viniendo hacia nosotros. ¿Qué alguien hablen, por favor, tío? Morimos. Vale. Oh, hay alguien ahí arriba en los palos.
You should probably open your eyes if you haven't already. It's pretty much impossible to solve otherwise. And there is a solution, by the way.
Quiero que hablen, por favor. La única forma de tenerlo es haciendo algo que sea honesto. No puedo seguir haciéndolo. Sí, eso es verdad, eso es verdad.
Like I said, I was getting concerned. First off, he's never been this explicit in his work about exactly what he's thinking. So, where's that coming from? But then, even weirder, his work has potentially stopped being an outlet for him. Not like he's having trouble iterating on ideas, but he literally just can't think of new ideas anymore. And in person, he was being a lot more distant than usual. Like, you know how sometimes a person will just deflect anything that you say in order to keep themselves disconnected all the time? It was that kind of thing. Here was the point in my relationship with Koda where I really started to wonder if he needed my help in some way.
Pensé que iba a ser fácil. Está funcionando. Estoy solo. Todavía va a ser libre. His games are going to get more desperate from here on out. After this game, it's almost 6 months before he finishes something new. Diciembre de 2010. ¿Qué es esto? Oh. Hola, ¿hay alguien aquí? Eso es una persona, qué bien. Hace mucho tiempo que no hablo con nadie. ¿Qué ocurre? Parece que estás perdido. ¿El árbol está hablando? Estoy intentando crear, me siento vacío. Oh no. ¿Qué ha ocurrido? ¿Ha cambiado algo? Podía funcionar, pero se paró. Espera, ¿estás buscando la máquina? Creo que sé dónde está. No está muy lejos. Tienes que llevarme hasta ella. Puedo hacerlo, pero hay un problema.
If the last game featured Koda talking explicitly about his creative frustrations, this one turns it up to 11. Now, put yourself in my shoes playing this. Here's a friend whose work is exhibiting signs of struggle, frustration, anxiety, depression, even. And yet, still, he keeps making games. He keeps throwing himself into the grinder even when he clearly doesn't have the energy for it anymore. Why? What is it for?
Esta práctica por decir, si me ayudas a resolver el acertijo, encontraremos la máquina. ¿Trato hecho? Trato hecho. Perfecto. Ven conmigo, te la enseñaré.
Because from my perspective at the time and just what I knew of him, this was a result of how isolated he was. He was in his own little bubble, just sitting at his computer all day, not really showing these games to anyone, not releasing them onto the internet, and so he didn't have anyone outside of himself to connect with. He had no outlet to ground himself on.
Perfecto, ven conmigo, te lo enseñaré. Aquí está el acertijo, ¿qué opinas? Ya resuelto este acertijo antes. Ah, maravilloso. Si puedes decir cómo se hace. Primero tienes que abrir abrir la puerta, ¿vale? ¿Y ahora qué? Ahora que tienes que cerrar la primera puerta. Bien, ¿y ahora qué hago? Pulsa el interruptor. Ah, qué fácil.
You can't talk yourself out of loneliness. It doesn't work that way. You can't be the one writing both the questions and the answers. Then there's no movement. Then there's no circulation. If all of your anxieties are being channeled into your work, then if the work ever fails, you have no backup and you're just going to crash.
Vale. No puedo creer que nunca lo haré. Bueno, creo que aquí nos estamos dando cuenta de que al parecer es otra persona la que está fallando aquí. Los dos están mal. Escucho a alguien llorar. No es aquí, ¿verdad? No, es en el juego, normal. ¿De qué estás hablando? Hazme caso, ya lo verás. Tienes que decir que tu trabajo es simple y divertido. Tienes que crear juegos es fácil y divertido. Te encanta todo el rato. Claro, hacer juegos es fácil. ¿Por qué se han derrumbado las paredes? No te preocupes por eso, tú sigue hablando. Sigue diciendo que la creación es fácil. Me siento como si estuviéramos cuando trabajo. Sí, maravilloso. No pares.
Seeing this game at the time that he made it, it looked really unhealthy to me. I was watching him do this to himself, and I hated it. I hated seeing him so trapped. It's like, video games are not worth this amount of suffering.
Nunca dejes de crear y tú nunca te sentirás mal. Perfecto.
This is someone I really care about. And I used to get so much joy out of seeing him create. For him to suddenly become angry and frustrated like this, it was the worst thing for me.
Me siento maravillosamente. Esto no sirve de nada. Paciencia, tienes que confiar en mí. Te prometo que esto funcionará. Por favor, continúa.
I don't know. This is what I felt at the time. I don't know how else to explain it. I wanted it to stop more than anything. I had never felt so rotten. I needed more than I had ever needed anything for this to stop.
Oh, la cárcel. Increíble. Eso es. Espera, ¿hay una persona encerrada? Espera, ¿esa es Koda?
But it didn't stop. After finishing this one, Coda takes another 7 months and comes up with a new game.
Mayo de 2011. Ya estamos en 2011, o sea que falta poco para terminar. Uff. Me estoy sintiendo mal por Koda, pero creo que esto terminará mal por otra razón. Algo me lo dice. La máquina. Guardia. Hola, me alegro que haya llegado a salvo. Hemos capturado la máquina, estoy esperando. Puedes empezar el interrogatorio cuando quieras. Pretenden ser tranquilo. Muy bien. Te aviso que alguien ha llamado a la referencia, así que podría tener algo de tensión. También hay otra cosa que deberías saber sobre la máquina. Se hace llamar Coda. La máquina son la creatividad de Coda. La mente de Coda que, como nos dice, dejó de funcionar. Podemos ver la máquina que hará con ella. Puedo darnos respuesta. Investigada responde a la máquina por lo que ha hecho. Podemos ver la máquina. ¿Qué pasará con la máquina? ¿Qué harás con ella? Oh, la máquina.
And of course, it's the machine.
Te has detenido. Tu obra nos mantenía con vida. ¿Cómo podemos volver a confiar que está el receptor? He estado tan sola. Discúlpate por dejarme. No, nada. Bien, me disculparé con todo el mundo en tu parte. Mis amigos. Me toca dar malas noticias. La máquina no se disculpará con nosotros. Pero no nos importa, somos más fuertes de lo que piensas. Debemos demostrarle que no somos unos fracasados. Sí, me destruiremos la creación de la máquina. Oh, de nuevo el... Oh, el arma. El arma no tiene sonido. ¿Qué hago con esto? Oh. Me aseguraré de que tu trabajo es bueno.
So now the work is becoming self-destructive. And I'll tell you, at the time that I first played this game, shortly after he made it, here's what I'm thinking to myself. I'm thinking that Code is stuck in his own head, and that it's having a very negative effect on him, and that all he needs to do is just start showing his work to people, to get some actual feedback on his game. It might get him out of isolation. And so, as I'm thinking this, I realize that I could be the one to initiate it. Because it would never occur to Coda to start actively soliciting feedback, so what if I did it for him? If he could see the difference it would make to have more actual conversations with other human beings, would that bring him out of his mental spiral? Would it give him confidence in himself? Would it bring meaning back into his work?
No, esta habitación no, esta habitación me gustaba. Me encontraba linda. No voy a destruir esta habitación. Igual tal vez pueda salir. ¿No? No, no puedo salir. Bueno, perdón. No. Oh no, no, no.
So I
no,
started
no,
showing
no,
Coda's
no.
work to people. I took this one, and the islands which you just played, the theater, the notes, the house cleaning game, and some of the prison escape games. I brought them to people that I knew and trusted. I asked their opinions. And the great part is that they really loved his games. You know, the point of it all was just to give him some external reference point, but they genuinely loved his work. There was nothing for him to be afraid of.
No quiero dispararle a la máquina, no quiero dispararle a la coda. Deja el arma. Ya, no le haré más.
Can you see why I felt like this was the right thing to do? Because it's the thing that I always feel like I need, to be told that my work is good, that I am good. When someone really
No estamos
connects
hablando
with
de
the
ti,
thing that
estamos
I've
hablando de
made, when
Coda.
they see themselves purely in my work, there's nothing that feels better. And I got to give that very same feeling to my friend. I did something... I really felt like I'd done something good, like I was a good person. I felt like there was a friend who was in trouble and was unhappy and maybe didn't like themselves, and I could fix it. If I could give him this gift, maybe I could fix the problem. When they told me how much they enjoyed his games, it was the best feeling. It was the absolute best feeling. It made me feel so happy. So beautifully, beautifully happy.
Pero se trata de que tenías que ayudar a Coda, no a ti mismo.
So anyway, Coda finishes this game, and then really he just kind of takes off for a while. So this is June of 2011, and I didn't hear anything from him for several weeks, I guess. And so out of nowhere, one day I get an email, and it's got a private link to a new game of Coda's. This one is called The Tower, and to my knowledge, it's the last game that Coda ever made. So let's take a look.
Junio de 2011. Amigo... Ay, ¿qué estabas haciendo, amigo? Ay, amigo. Creo que acabaste de verdad. Ay. Me estaba estirando. La torre. ¿Vale? Ay, amigo. Creo que de verdad estabas haciendo algo mal.
And this is where I have trouble saying anything meaningful about Coda's work. Because more than anything else, the tower just feels distant. It feels like it's trying to distance itself from the world. It's a very cold game. This room actually has a maze in it.
¿Un laberinto? Yeah.
Except that all the walls of the maze are invisible. And then every time you touch one of the walls, there's this awful flashing and noise, so the experience is really miserable. The game goes beyond not being meant to be played, it actually seems to despise the player for trying to play it at all. But I do want to show you the rest of the levels, so when you're ready to continue, press enter and I'll put a bridge over the maze.
Bueno, tal vez para el otro lado. Oh, esto lo reconozco.
And to be fair, it's not like this is the first game that's needed some modification to be playable. Like the house cleaning game. You know, that one used to actually loop the cleaning chores and you just cleaned a house forever. I had to cut it off so that you could exit the house and the game would actually end.
Pero...
But that game had an idea that it was actually trying to communicate. What's the deeper idea behind the invisible maze?
Pero ¿por qué modificar? Acá estaba bien, así me gustaba que se podía repetir un bucle y pudiera hablar con esa compañía que también es Coda. Los juegos si no son jugables, pero no necesitamos una modificación si el creador no quiere. Si el creador no quiere que sea modificado, no se debe modificar. Y si lo quieres modificar, tienes que pedir permiso. Bueno, sigamos.
The only way past this challenge is to randomly guess the 6-digit code. Like the invisible maze, it's frustrating to me, because it's the opposite of everything else that Coda has made. It doesn't encourage thought or engagement. It doesn't ask anything of me, except a lot of my time. If I could have reached him during this time, then maybe I could have asked him, but I couldn't. I still don't really understand why this is here. I'll put the code on the ground for you here, though, so that we can move on.
Vale. 1, 5, 1, 6, 1, no. 7. Vale, sigamos. Una puerta.
The switch to open this door is actually on the other side of the door, meaning that it's literally impossible to solve from this side. So even if you somehow brute forced your way through the first 2 challenges and you got to this point, there's actually just no way to progress. And it's scary for me, the idea of Coda cutting himself off entirely, just saying, you know, that's it, that's the end of the conversation, not giving me any way to fix the problem. I feel like a failure, I guess, when I can't fix the problem. But I can open this door for you, so let me do that.
Vale. Vale.
Was I a failure for not understanding this game?
Fuiste un fracasado por no entender.
I don't know
la
why
Coda.
I would be. It's not like everything needs to have a solution, but I feel it somehow. I feel like I failed, and I don't understand why. I remember, it's June of 2011, I'm playing this for the very first time, and as I'm playing, I'm thinking to myself, I don't know this person.
¿Qué?
I have no idea who this person is. It wasn't the guy I knew, it wasn't my friend. I had come to so many conclusions from looking at all of his work up to this point, and then suddenly none of them... I had been trying to, though. That was the thing. For years, I was trying to get to know him, to understand who he actually was and what he stood for. I asked him so many times to please just tell me what his games mean to him. I asked him please to tell me what the 3 dots mean. And he wouldn't.
Porque tal vez no tenían su significado en sí y solamente quería ser algo creado para ti. Un juego para él mismo. Por eso no se lo había mostrado a nadie. Un juego no jugable que solamente se puede jugar por él mismo. Sí, ya lo he hecho. Y no podí decir que esta persona no era tu amigo. O que no conocías a esta
I just
persona.
felt so strongly that if I could have connected with him, that if I could have somehow made his work my own, that I would finally be once and for all happy. It was that I needed to see myself in someone else. I needed to be someone other than me. But he stopped and left, and it felt somehow like I had failed. Where did I screw up?
La cagaste desde el inicio. Oh. Estimado David, gracias por el interés en mis juegos. Tengo que pedir que no vuelvas a
I'm
hablarme
the
más.
reason that you stopped making games, aren't I? It's because of what I did. I poisoned it for you.
Amigo. Siento que entiendo perfectamente Koda. Y siento cómo se siente. Pero no siento cómo se siente David. No sé lo en que estaba pensando David.
I don't think I ever told you this, but when I took your work and I was showing it to people, it actually felt... it felt as though I were responsible for something important and valuable.
A veces me pregunto si crees que estoy haciendo estos juegos para ti.
And the people who played them, they treated me like I was important. They really listened and cared about what I had to say. Even though I was showing your work, it was... I felt good about myself. Finally. For a moment, while I had that, I liked myself.
Has contaminado tanto mi espacio personal que es posible que hayas empezado a plantar soluciones en mi trabajo en alguna parte, ocultas en los juegos. Si hubiera una respuesta, un significado, ¿serías más feliz? ¿Puedes dejar de coger mi juego y enseñárselo a la gente contra mi voluntad? Claro. Deja de darle a lo que no es tuyo. Violar la única frontera que me mantiene a salvo. Es como yo cuando escribo. No quiero que nadie más vea lo que escribo. Y solo unas pocas personas dejo que lo vean. ¿Puedes dejar de cambiarme el juego? Deja de colocarle farolas. La farola a la esposa de David. Entendido. ¿Puedes dejar de simplemente que sean como
son?
I
didn't have anything left to show people. I just had to be with myself. And as soon as that happened, there was no feeling at all. Nothing. Less than nothing. What does that mean?
Cuando estoy cerca de ti, me siento físicamente enfermo. Necesito despertarme de algo que no puedo darte. Literalmente no lo tengo. Que buscas a tener nuevas ideas no me está deprimiendo. Los bajones son solo parte del proceso. El hecho de que pienses que estoy frustrado o derrotado dice más de ti que de mí. Soy consciente de lo que esto todavía no tiene sentido para ti. Y eso está bien. Tú no eres mi problema. Espero que algún día te des cuenta que concilies con eso que lo que estás usando.
I'm afraid that I did something really stupid because I don't like myself.
Y que entiendas finalmente lo que estoy hablando. No digas más. Oh.
That's why I'm releasing this collection of your work. Is because I haven't been able to find any other way to reach you. I've tried everything. And So a part of me has hope that if I put this compilation out into the world, and if I put my name on it, that maybe enough people will play it so that it'll find its way to you, so that I can tell you that I'm sorry. I know I screwed up. If I apologize to you truly and deeply, will you start making games again? Please, I need to feel okay with myself again. And I always felt okay as long as I had your work to see myself in. I mean, is something wrong with me? Because I know that I did an awful thing, and I'm doing it again right now. Like, I'm showing people your work, but I can't stop myself from doing it. That's how badly I need to feel something again, like I'm an addict. There has to be something wrong with me. Can I apologize? What if I tell you I was wrong? Will that work? Will that fix it? I don't know. I don't think it will, but there's nothing else that I can do. Just tell me what you want. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please, start making games again. Please help me. Please give me some of whatever it is that makes you complete. I want whatever that wholeness is that you just summoned out of nothing and you put into your work. You were complete in some way that I never was. I want to know how to be a good person. I want to know how not to hate myself. Please. I'm fading, and all I want is to know that I'm going to be okay.
No sé qué decirte, amigo. ¿Cómo lo puedo explicar? Supongo que esto se terminará aquí. Es epílogo. Y aquí estoy. Este es el final. Mira, la pantalla de televisión que debía decir. Amigo.
More love, more praise, more people telling me that I'm good. Always more. It's like a disease.
Ay, amigo.
Solution. I guess if someone had told me ahead of time that he just really enjoyed making prison games, maybe I wouldn't have thought he was so desperate. I wouldn't have told so many people that he was depressed. Maybe he just likes making prisons.
Sí, tal vez eso es.
Even now, the disease is telling me to stop. Don't show people what a shitty person you are. They'll hate you.
Ay, amigo. Al final el que estaba mal herido.
If I knew that my life depended on finding something to be driven by other than validation, what would that even be? It's strange, but the thought of not being driven by external validation is unthinkable. Like, I actually cannot conceive of what that would be like.
Creo, amigo, que necesitas descansar.
What now? I think I need to go. And
Sí, a lo mejor.
I'm sorry, because I know that I said that I would be here and I would walk you through this, but I'm starting to feel like I have a lot of work to do. I have a lot that I need to make up for. And so I'm just gonna... Okay.
Vale. Coda. Veo que tú solamente querías hacer un juego para un amigo. Y tal vez te estabas quedando sin ideas, pero viste como yo vi ahora de que David tenía un problema. Y ahora solamente ya no es tu problema. Y terminó siendo solamente el problema de David. Supongo que ahora Koda estará haciendo sus vidas, todo eso. Ni siquiera sé si Koda es real o es una invención del juego, pero si es real espero que esté bien. Y espero que el creador de Stanley Parable, David, esté también bien. El rayo. Supongo que ahora lo haré normal y no haré como el tonto al principio y se me buguea de nuevo. Espero que no pase esta vez. Se suponía que tenía que salir flotando. Veamos cómo era ese momento. Oh, así era. Ay, amigo. Oh, laberinto. Un laberinto infinito sin fin. Donde al final vas donde vas, siempre llegas a un camino sin salida. Los pensamientos son como un laberinto. Al final y al cabo no te llevan a ninguna parte. Tú solamente quieres llegar al final de todo. Y sentirte bien, sentirte feliz. Pero siempre te llegarás a un lugar sin salida. Y ahí está el inicio, el centro. Centro de todo. Ay, amigo.
Turn back, turn back from this cave.
Este proyecto no ha sido posible sin las siguientes
Let me
personas.
prove that I'm brave. Let me keep going.
Turn back.
But the cave goes for miles and miles and miles. And you're so tired, but I know that you're strong. So turn back, turn back.
Bien, esto es el final. Así es como termina la guía para el principiante. Eh. Después creo que haré un video hablando sobre algo importante para mí. Así que por el momento espero que les haya gustado el video y todo eso. Bye bye. Ahora necesito ir a hablar con una persona importante. Hasta luego.